Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. Forgot to do not disturb. I am Cadillac Dixon. I'm the drama prison wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice. Hoping, because you got to hold your breath for justice. To see justice before all face to blink. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. Anyways, guys, I'm coming through today, July the 29th, 2025. First, it is the birthday of Miss Ro Clausen from Strong Prison Wives and Families. I haven't kept up with her much since the release of her husband, but I'm not sure if she's still over Strong Prison Wives and Family. But I do know during her time there with Strong Prison Wives and Family, she impacted my life like tremendously. So I'll never forget her birthday because, simple fact, her birthday is the day before my mother's birthday. So my mother's birthday is tomorrow, and Miss Ro Clausen's birthday is today. So I just want to give her a happy birthday and a shout out. Um, like I said, I haven't kept up with her much since she um, got the chance to leave this prison wife life. Yes. So, anyways, I was coming through today. I wasn't really even gonna record no video. I know I still haven't finished the story time from visitation. It's kind of because I'm discouraged. Or like it was this older lady. You say, don't be disencouraged. I like how she broke it down. So I have been pretty disencouraged. Um, so I try. I'm trying to not. I can't let this channel go. uh, have y'all seen what was that? Oh, I can't think of the movie Cadillac Records. I should know that movie. Where Chess, he could not leave Chess Records. Like that literally is like, and then once he did, he was gone. That's what it feels like with my channel, my project, Reach the World, and this fight. It feels like it has become a part of me, and it's just so hard to leave it. But I do know I'm not making a difference. I'm not making a difference. I'm not impacting. It was like I had slogans. This is not just music, it's a movement. Baby, ain't nothing moving over here. This is stagnation. It's not just music, it's stagnation. Like, I ain't getting no. Wow. And it's so crazy because I compare myself to who I was when I first started this project 20 years ago. So hopeful. I believed in justice. I thought I could achieve it. I really. And now the person now that knows this stuff is rigged up. It is strategically set up so that you never get justice. Even the ways I'm trying to break the story, you get blocked when you're talking about stuff I'm talking about, which is probably why I can't get no movement because I'm probably being blocked. You get pressed down. So, I'm trying to say what I need to say without saying it outright. But you get blocked, you get pressed down, you get to where they make sure people can't see you and they cannot hear you and they cannot hear your cries for help. So I know that my videos are only being shown to the same handful of people. It's the same thing that happened to me on Facebook. I had over 5,000 Facebook friends, but it was the same handful of people. But on Facebook, that handful of people wouldn't even like or share or nothing. At least here on YouTube, I know that you guys actually do support me. It's just I can't scale this. I can't scale it. I've done everything I could. I've done everything. I can't. It doesn't grow past this point. So the thought that I had on my mind today, I was listening to the story, like updates of William McNeil, and something that I was thinking in that case before when it first broke is that they charged him, right? So the officers basically broke the law because they did not have reason to stop him. So they made up something. They made up a reason to stop him. Okay, this all disregard all of this because no one ever takes into account their wrongdoing. Doesn't matter what they do wrong. That does not matter. You always have to be, well, you can't even be innocent because you see my innocent husband's in prison. So I don't even know what you need to do. But no matter what they say, they are right. No matter what they do that is wrong, it's actually right. It gets canceled out and it becomes right. Um, so because the stop was wrongful, it's like with the law, you have to connect the dots. If the dots do not connect, if there's one dot missing, if there's one piece missing, you cannot call it by law. You cannot skip steps and say that you're going by law. They do that in cases. They skip rights. They skip, allegedly, they skip rights. They skip due process. And then they tell you that you had a fair trial. How was it fair? How was it, So just learning and knowing the system. So I was like, wow, so he was actually wrongfully charged. Because even if they say, so now we're going by the credibility of the people that stopped him and did what they did to him. We're taking their credibility, and the only thing that gives them credibility is their title. They're not getting credibility by their character, by their what they do or how they act. That's not giving them their credibility. Their credibility is given to them simply because the title they hold. And there's no way that they ever do anything wrong. So I cover wrongful convictions. And I tell y'all how wrongful convictions start with wrongful arrest. There's no conviction if you don't mess up the process in the beginning with the arrest, right? And then it just goes like a conveyor belt. It gets tampered. So if they have a wrongful arrest, rather than the next layer above them setting it straight, and I'm showing y'all like in real time, because when I say it, people just called me a liar. People just said I was supporting criminals. People just said I was dumb and I couldn't find nobody free. I'm desperate. But now everyone is starting to see in this time of revelation, people are seeing the truth that when they do wrong, the next level, rather than correcting their errors, they just go with their story and they press it further through. And then the next layer, so further through, is where if there was a wrongful arrest, you go to being wrongfully charged. So once you're wrongfully charged, then it goes into the system, and that's when the prosecutor, the state, picking it up, and they're wrongfully prosecuting this case, a case that should be dropped, but because the officers allegedly said it's legit, we have to go through it. There's no way we could say our officers made a mistake. We'll never say that. So rather than say that, we're going to put you through this process. And it goes from that to convicted and then wrongfully imprisoned. So I'm connecting the dots. And I was just looking at this case and I'm like, wow, had he not gotten national recognition, which is the only thing that gets you justice in this day and age. If you don't get national recognition, you're just me, crying and pleading for justice, just looking crazy online, just looking like you have nothing else to do with your life, just looking a fool, right? Because you just can't get over it and go on. You're me. But he got national attention. And that is the only reason that he may get justice. They're trying tooth and nail to deny it. They're trying to tell you, because it is on video, so they have to get a way to make you see what they want you to see through the video. Don't depend on what your eyes see, depend on what I tell you you see. You don't see what you see. You see what I tell you you see, allegedly. Oh, all that right. You don't see what you see. You see what I tell you you see, allegedly. I like that. But that's the only way he got justice. If not, it would be just another case swept under the rug. People actually do hurt behind these cases. These cases actually destroy homes. These cases actually take lives sometimes. These cases do a lot of detriment, but they only will give you justice if the light is on them and the world can see that you're being done wrong. So this is why my husband is 23 years plus wrongfully incarcerated, because we can't get the light on his situation. So the injustice stands. Injustice will always stand in the dark. It doesn't last too much in the light, but it could, because no matter what, they're still going to try to back the one that did wrong. So it made me think it must be nice to get justice. That must be nice. Like, what would that be to get justice? How would that feel to have people backing you, to have people fighting this impossible fight with you? Because you can't do it on your own and you could barely do it with an army. But what if, even if you could not, if you didn't achieve justice, but you had an army, you put up the best fight you could. But it must be nice. And to me, I was like, that title sounds so great, because I started Project Reach the World all off the back of meeting Life Jennings, and his track that he came out with in 2005, 20 years ago, was Must Be Nice. So getting justice must be nice. It must be nice for those people that are able to break their stories of either wrongful arrests, wrongful stops, wrongful convictions, wrongful deletions. Even that, they hide that. My mother was wrongfully deleted from an outpatient procedure. Like, it must be nice to get justice. But we call ourselves, the place is so crazy because we pride ourselves, we branded ourselves as justice and freedom. But I don't see that. It's like, how Wally World prides themselves of being low prices and then they just weren't? Or What? What other slogan? And then you just completely be the opposite of what you say you are. Like, it's crazy. Like, for a place that prides themselves on freedom and justice, it should be a lot of justice happening. It should be more justice than injustice happening. Right? Shouldn't it? Injustices should happen far and few in between. And we know humans are going to be like that, right? So, but they should be correcting them. And it should be only far and few in between that they don't get right, that they don't correct, right? But it shouldn't be the norm for injustice to thrive. If we already knew before they did their investigation, we knew how it was. How do you, and ain't nobody fortune tellers, how did we already know what they were going to say? That they were all justified. How did we know that? Because it's the norm. They're always allegedly justified. Just like the wrongful stop of my husband, it was justified. He was a passenger. He just got in the car with his cousin. And the cousin pulled so close to the stop sign to pick him up that when he got in the car, he rolled the stop sign because he was past the stop sign. So because they surveil those type of communities, they saw it right off that he rolled the stop sign. He proceeded to stop the driver, which was my husband's cousin. And instead of my husband's cousin stopping, he sped off. And Marcello's like, "What are you doing? I know I didn't just get in this car and now you are speeding off from officers," right? Marcello said he ain't know what was going on. His cousin pulls around to a dead-end cul-de-sac, jumps out the car, and runs. Leaves Marcello and his other passengers in the car. Marcello walks right up to him. The officer, they lied and said Marcello ran. It was proven Marcello did not run. But they had to make up a lie because they had to explain away why Marcello doesn't have this weapon that you're charging him with. So we have to say he ran because the weapon can't just be like called up into the sky or the ground didn't just open and disintegrate. We got to explain why in our police reports why we don't have this weapon. So we lie in our police reports allegedly and say that he ran. Suspect ran and we caught him a block or so down and brought him back. By this time, he discarded the weapon that he had. So it's so frustrating. I long for justice. I really do. I almost want it more than I want my next breath. Because how do you live a free life when you're not really free? How? But I know I'm not going to get it. We're not going to get justice. And it's not because I'm negative. Don't dare type. Well, y'all don't comment no way every now and then. But don't type that it's because you're negative. It's not because I'm negative. It's because this world is negative. This is not conducive of justice. And this is why it's so hard for someone innocent to be freed. They will free a guilty person before they will free an innocent person. Because you know why also they can't admit that they put the wrong person in prison. That just like they can't admit that they did wrong by doing what they did to William McNeil, They justify that by what they say they allege he did and had on him. But when your character is flawed in one sense, how do we know everything else that's coming out of your mouth or out of your report is not flawed? How do we know? Because your character is showing that you're not being truthful. So now you're being truthful when it comes to you, but untruthful. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but it must be nice. It must be nice that he got all those people fighting with him. And hopefully everything turns out right in his situation. But y'all all need to care about these things. I know it gets hard. I've been heavy, like with injustice. It's just too much happening in this land. And it does depress you. It does sadden you. It does hurt you because you know you don't stand a chance unless you get that story big. You don't stand a chance. All right, guys, I'm about to go, and I'll see y'all when I see y'all. I'm trying to keep my will to keep fighting, but it's really hard. It's it's really hard. All right, guys, it's your girl Cadillac.